Hello, everybody, and welcome to the dunes north of Zandvoort in the Netherlands near the North Sea coastline. Today, we are here for round 3 of the 2023 Sim Racing Online and Sim Racing Holland ACC GT3 Championship. Boy, do we have a treat for you today. This series is completely locked up at the top. Let me give you a quick shot at the leaderboard here. As you can see, we have a virtual tie for Dustin DeYoung and Jean Benton with 78 points. With Chris Harsh just behind 58, some 20 points behind, so he's got a little bit of a ladder to climb there, but as well as tied with Pascal Luida, who also have 50 points, and then Roberto Bali with 44, Peter Williamson with 40, and Roger Van Rosen 38 points, ongoing, and Mark Hackett at 33. As you can see, it's pretty tight as for the past third, fourth, and fifth. Let me give you a quick shot here of some of the lap times in quali, give you an idea what's been going on. As you can see, who's been putting the fastest laps in practice, I mean, quali. Rizzo up there at the top. You can see it looks like the top 10 are all within that second or 2 second of each other, and this is just practice. We are getting ready to go into quali. We are about 3 minutes away from that. So with that said, let's just take a look around here and see what we got on track. A little bit of action. We've got all kinds of views. We are coming to you live today from beautiful, tiny Port Orchard, Washington, all the way across the pond, thousands of miles away, all the way to the Netherlands. And some of you sim racers are actually in this vicinity of this track as we are broadcasting live all around the world. It's awesome. How do we do it? I don't know, but we love it. Let's take a look at what it looks like here. A quick lap from inside as we are riding on with Roger Van Rosen. This track, Zandvoort, what a classic, iconic track we have here today. You got to remember that racing actually started here as early as 1939 on street circuit. So this is like, you know, it's not the birthplace, but it is definitely an iconic racing place. City, country, whatever. Why it's so popular. Racing is so popular here in the Netherlands. Beautiful country. We had a little bit of a camera. I was trying to manipulate the cameras to where I could get out and see a view of the North Sea there, but I failed tremendously. So I'm just going to stick with the racing here and the cars. So anyway, there's Van Rosen. Let's see Rizzo, who set that fast lap. He's coming to the pit. Look at him. Driving that Lamborghini today as he magically goes through the sister Lambo next to her. John Benton tied for the points lead here. He is also in the Lambo, so Lambo seems to have a really strong presence here. That's Chris Haars. He is in the Porsche. Only a few Porsche entries today. So we'll see Justin DeYoung in the McLaren. That's Roberto Bali. I know will be in that red Ferrari. He's back there in the pits there. Tony Talavite. Where are you, Tony? Okay, there. He is. There we go. No, that's Silver. Okay, Tony has the degree. But Tanner Sylvie is also in the Lambo. So Lambo seems to have a strong presence here. We shall see as it is narrowing down. It is time now to go to quali. So. I'm going to stick the leaderboard back up there for you guys, or the timetable, while I exit and go to, I gotta move this session along here, since I am the admin, so here's how it works. And the XT spells next. Oh, can't be in caps. So here we go. Forwarding the next session. All right, here we go. And then back to the broadcasting. There we go. Okay. Let me close out a couple screens over here. Myself some bandwidth. All right. What do we got here from the drivers who are heading out for their warm-up lap? 10-minute qualifying session here. We do get 1 point for the fastest lap in quali and 1 point for the fastest lap in the race. So these virtual ties are amazing. We shall see what happens here at the end of this session, who's going to get that one precious point that could make the difference in the championship towards the end. This is round 3 of 6, and we have 3 to go after this. And I want to remind you, a quick reminder, that next in 2 weeks round will be the 24 hours of Spa, condensed into a 90-minute session. These are 60-minute races. However, the next race will be the endurance part of this series. At 90 minutes, it'll be a time-accelerated session to encapsulate 24 hours worth of driving time in the game. In other words, we're going to start, I don't know, sometime during the day, 11-ish, go into the night, and then race through the night into the morning sunrise and end at about the same time the next day. So it'll be a time accel factor of around 12 or so, something like that, to get it. It's really a fun race. I hope you guys can all get on board for that one, and we'll be live broadcasting that as well. So, with no further ado, let's jump out here and see who's doing what. So we got Tanner in that pink. These guys are still trying to give each other a little bit of room here. I want to get my views right here. I want to get a little shot from the dash. Here's the helmet cam. Guys warming up their tires. Cockpit without the helmet as they come around the last turn here. So what I've heard from drivers is in the real world is this track gets covered with sand as it's right on the beach. And they have an issue with it being a little bit slippery in the beginning of the sessions, which is understandable, especially if it's covered with sand. So what is said is after the practice session and quali and the warm-ups and the other races that go on during a race day, it finally speeds up as the day goes on and a little bit less dangerous. But in the real world, the first couple laps are quite scary from what the real drivers have said. Looking to see, do we have any set times yet? Is it Televite? Let's jump to Tony, because it looks like he. I'm telling you, I can't get him. He's listed in the list here, but he is not clickable. So that means that he probably has left the server. So that's why it's showing a complete lap there for him. Okay. Technical difficulties here, but nothing to be worried about, as we should be coming across the line now to get some first lap. Now they're starting to come in. Okay, Simon Geimer puts in a 136.5, jumped by Jasper Company with a 36.515. Geimer had a 36.7. I'm sorry, that happened so fast. So here they come. They're coming across the line now. As we are with Tanner here, we'll see him cross the line too. Ooh, got a little bit of damage on the car in front of him there. Just to see where he sets it up. Blue flag. Okay, puts him in 9th. Let me see if I can rotate this a little bit for you here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, now we got the proper distance. So as they're coming across the line, where is, I wanted to jump on Chris. Okay, here comes Chris. He's on a quick lap here. Look at that. Beautiful Porsche 333. I love those colors. Got that deep root beer red and black. Really nice looking car there. He's some 2 seconds off the pace. We can see Televite up there. Let's see if I can get him now. There he is. Okay. Televite up at the top there. Some almost a second. Under a second off the pace. Really nice done. Well done there. Let's see. Where is Bali? Let's see. Justin DeYoung has put himself atop the leaderboard there with that 135.5 straight up. And then Benton, you know, our 2 points leaders fighting. Look at that. They're within 7/100ths of each other. So let's see what happens here as this battle ensues. We got a couple guys that haven't crossed the line yet. Like the Van Doesburg, he is in that crashed up car. He might want to go to the body shop there. He's looking a little shabby there. Yeah. Okay, good call. So Peter Williamson Hasn't crossed the line yet. He's in that BMW. We're looking towards the not so pointy end of the grid here to get a good look at these guys. See what he can do. He's going to cross the line. Let's see where he puts himself. Because we'd have up at the top some action going on. Rizzo has taken the lead away from De Jong, and Hovergreen has also joined him up there. So let's see, where is Justin now? We are down to 4 minutes left. Up. That looks like that was Silver going off there. So let's see if De Jong can get himself back up there. Rizzo, that 134.8, what a brilliant time. Hovergreen. Hovergreen, I'm sorry for the names, guys. Oh, and Belton put himself up there within 0.3 of those guys. Battling for the top. We're going to stick it right here with De Jong. Oh, he's got a little bit of traffic. See if we hold him up. Give him away. Good job getting him out of the way. Yeah, nicely done. That might have slowed him down a little bit, though. We won't be happy about that. Treacherous chicane. We're going to see lots of action right here, I believe. We're going to, some of the key points of the race are going to happen right there at that spot. Comes around the final turn. Let's see what he can do. But that Rizzo has put a blistering lap up there. As he crosses the line. And he does. He moves himself up in a second. Some 0.3 off of Rizzo. But Rizzo not messing around. Let's see if he's coming around. Okay. He's in sector 2 now. So who else is going to challenge? Let's see where Benton is. All right, Benton's coming into sector 3. Let's see what he does as we hit coming close to the 2-minute mark up here. Just putting that Lambo through that tricky little chicane section. Into that last left enter. Severe banking here. You don't notice it as much so on the onboards as it is in real life. If you, and I'm sure some of you've been to this track, it's really a steep banking. But let's see what he can do. Benton, it looks like he kind of just gave up on that lap. Almost like he lifted at the end there, but he did not improve. So Rizzo holding that mark. Let's see, where is he? He's coming through sector 3 now. So let's see if he can better his 34.7, which is an incredible time in the Lambo. Like I said, that Lambo is really flexing its muscles. So we see 2 of them up in the top 3, separated with the McLaren. And then I got to give it to Chris Haars in that Porsche, man. If Porsche keeping it up there with the big boys. All right, let's see what he's got. Rizzo's pulling into the pit, so he is conceding that lap. So Haars is in the lap. Let's see what Hovergreen. I'm really sorry. Elko. We'll try to go with the Elko. He's in sector 1, so he's got a shot here. We are in the last seconds of quali, so the order is going to be set. Any other guys threatening here? Trying to get my wits. I got 3 monitors in front of me here. And I'm just by myself, so forgive me for if I don't get you in here, but trying to keep tabs on the leaders. I can't tell. Does it look like he's still pushing? Yeah. Looks like he's still pushing it. We also got Severson back there in the 65 car. He might be coming across. In fact, he's going to come across first. Let's jump to him while he crosses the line, and then we'll jump back to... Okay, the checkered flag is out. Laps will count. Anyone that crosses the line, the laps will count. Let's see what Kai can do. Bump himself up from 16th. And he does. He puts himself up into the top 10. Really nice run there by Kai. Beautifully done. Bali. Better his time. And then it looks like Hodgbean has kept himself in 6th position there. Bali in 9th. Ahead of Geimer. Guyman who missed last round, but we're glad to see Simon back in the mix for round 3, and I think he'll be here for the rest of it, so good to know. Oh my God, have I left that up? Holy crap, sorry everybody. I can't believe the scoreboard got left up there. Well, sorry for completely blowing quali with that stupid scoreboard. Hello everybody. I think I am going senile. I do have this miserable head cold, but man, what an idiot. Okay. Hey, it was just quali. There was no crashes, nothing exciting to see there except a brilliant finish. All right. So, I apologize for that. I've got this 10-week cold that just won't go away. I do work for the school district, and I work at the Petri dish, which is the middle school. So, man, we catch everything, and it's a brutal time of the year right now. No excuses except for at least I have a monitor on my phone, which is about a minute and a half behind the actual broadcast. So, anything I do, I don't see it if on the monitor for a couple of minutes. I do have my live broadcast stuff going on, so in real time here, it all looks good. I apologize for that, but we are ready to rock. We got 60 minutes of racing ahead of us here, and we have a couple minutes to rest here. We will be ready to go. Let's see what we got here. There we go. I get this action back into the deal, man. Okay, weather today. I think we were at about 17 degrees Celsius. The track is 23. It's pretty accurate to what has been going on. It was taken from a 2-week forecast from a week ago, so it might not be exact, but it is pretty close. The timer should be ticking away unless they need me to bump it up, which I can certainly do. Let's try this. All right. See, it's already it was rolling already. It's set for everybody to be able to use the restroom, get a drink, get ready, get set for the race. So it should be about a 3-minute in between the session. Give them time to settle down for the 60 minutes. We do have a mandatory pit stop with a 4-tire change that was missed last race. Was open. The rules were not set, so this race we're all back in order. There was a little bit of chaos last time, but now it's just me forgetting to take the scoreboard down. Well, I apologize for that. But we shall move on. While we're sitting here, there is Rizzo. That Lambo. DeYoung is in the McLaren. He's down there at the end. Unbeaten. That Lambo. And then Dalavite also in the McLaren. And then we got Chris Harris in the Porsche. Let's see, last time he was in the white and turquoise Porsche. Now he's got that beautiful root beer. Look at that. I like that. Just looking from what it looks like from him. Dash Pro, cockpit action. All right. As we wait for the session to change, it shouldn't be too much longer. Get yourself a refreshing beverage. There's Elko. Here we go. And we are having a full formation lap here. get ready for the start. Wilson, look at that. A lot of McLarens and Ferraris and Lambos flexing their muscles here today. Just a few guys in the Porsche, a couple BMWs. I think there's about 3, and the rest is Lambo, Ferrari.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I heard it from the man himself. 30 seconds. All right, 60 minutes of racing at the beach in Zandvoort. Joining us here today. Now that your eyes have readjusted after the forever ending scoreboard. Wow. All right. And as you can see, I have turned on the chat. Like, see, people are probably in there going, "Hey, turn that stuff off, you knucklehead." Yeah, I did. Also, I want to remind everybody that we are broadcasting in 1440p. So if you have the bandwidth, go ahead and crank it up. It looks pretty cool in 1440, coming to you live here from Little Pudong Port Orchard in Washington, right across the sound from Seattle. So it's quite a feat to be broadcasting across the pond here, all around the world. It's amazing. There is Roger following Chris at 74. All right. And there is Simon Geimer. He's in that blue and black and white Ferrari. Nicely done. He switched cars last season. He was with us. He won a lot of races last year. Quite the driver, so glad to have him on board. And there's Bali in the forever red Ferrari. He's very loyal to his brand. I have never seen him not in a Ferrari, so. And here is Kai Sievertson, another Ferrari. So the parade of Ferraris here that rounds out the top 10. And then we got Ekins in the Lambo. Sporting that green one. Francisco Siena in another Lambo. Dan de Ritter. They're that Ferrari white, lime green and black. And Colin Edibe. Illerdale. The other Porsche driver there. He's in the white and blue. All right. I'm a Porsche fan, so I'm secretly rooting for these guys. Jesper Combreen, another McLaren driver, followed by Dick Venderges in another Lambo. Then we got Sylvie sporting the muscle car of the day, the Lambo. And then where we got Williamson, BMW, and Philip Pilcher in the other BMW. So, and we got Andrew Harper, who I am sharing a cold with. Sorry that you're sick, Andrew. I've been miserable. This thing has lasted forever. But Andrew also driving the Lambo, so he's under the weather today. We're glad you made it, Andrew. Great to have you here. And there's Nick Newcomb, sporting another Ferrari, followed by Ivo Van Doesburg, and yet another Ferrari, and then Stefan Wyndham bringing up the rear in the BMW. As we are rounding it out here, passing the last turn, coming to the straight, we are getting ready to take the green. So we are ready to race here. They are coming close. The lights are red as we get ready to start round 3 at Zandvoort. And they're off. We are racing. It looks like a good start by Justin de Jong. He's coming on the inside, outside, covered by Rizzo. They battle through this tight hairpin, and who's going to pull it off? It looks like it's a drag race. De Jong's got the nose. When he loses it into the hairpin, they're going to kiss a little bit. Oh, no harm, no foul. No, knocks Rizzo off. Oh, and it drops him down to fourth. A little bit of fender love there. That bumps de Jong into second, or it's not catching up to my idea. That's right. It's not going to hit it to the mark. Because they're spreading out now. You can just watch what happens on the leaderboard because with Assetto Corsa, they have to hit that timing line right there before it updates on my hardware, my software. So it'll show some of the leaders. But there you have it. Duesberg, De Jong, and beaten the top three. Hards in fourth after that sketchy little start. And now it's Van Duesberg has got himself into the wall, and it looks like he is going to be out. Let's jump it up. Let's go back even farther. We are in replay now to see what happened, but we're going to miss it. Dang it. Oh, that's really too bad for Ivo. Well, Ivo is good, and he's in bad shape. Is he going to retire? He's sitting on the track. It looks like he's going to get it going if he can get it into the pits. Oh, he's having trouble. He is having trouble. Okay, we're trying to get back to live here in a minute. There is the leaders. Now we are back live. We're coming for lap one, and here is your order. De Jong, Beaton, and Harris. 1, 2, 3 after that somewhat sketchy start there. I'm not sure exactly what happened back there, but on we go. The top drivers are crossing the line here. So we've got McLaren, Lambo, and Porsche representing the three manufacturers in order here. Is not quite nominated yet. Let's jump into Rizzo in fourth there, who kind of got X'd out on that hairpin turn. It was really just a kind of a racing incident. There's only enough room there for so many cars. Excuse me. He did battle his way through there, as we can see. And then back here in sixth, we got Elko surrounded with Tony and Van Rossen between him there. And then back in Eckens here, we're the top 10 here. Here's ninth place, Mark. Bali right on his tail, so the pretty tight battle there with Geimer in front and Talvite. All within a car length of each other there. So back to the pointy end here. So going down the mid straight, getting ready to head into the hairpin, or the chicane rather. And Beaton is just all over him. Chases them through the last turn. Could be down the straight. There they go, and there's Harsh right behind him. So the leaders are separating themselves a little bit here. Right on him. It looks like he might be a little quicker into turn one there. Excuse me, not quite sure. Well, let's jump back here to Van Rosen and this gang. The 7th, 6th, and 5th fight. So you can see Geimer there in 8th, keeping in touch, keeping himself in clean air as these guys battle through. Come up through this treacherous section too with the big off S's. Okay, and then this horrible off camber left turn here. It's really sketchy. You can find yourself out in the sand here with one false move, and you are out in the dunes. Done. Let's see what's happening down here. Looks like we have somebody else. Vanderkills? No, somebody's dropping down. I thought there was a yellow. This is the tail end here. We're looking at the back, top 15 and down. Looking good. All right, back to the pointy end. As you can see, De Jong and Beaton flexing their muscles and setting a blistering pace here. With Harsh trying to keep pace here with Rizzo on his tail. Rizzo, as we know from his qualifying, was extremely fast. Chases him up here. And that's turn to see if he gets the run on the straight. That Porsche's got some good legs on the straight. You would think that the Porsche would get a little bit of advantage in the turns, but it all depends on, you know, how your braking is going. Who's the late breakers? Who's light-footed? I know this. Love this set of first compass GT3 cars. You're heavy on the brake on these cars. Heavy on the brake. He's sticking with them. Let's jump down to the. I thought I saw something going down here in 15th and 16th. We jumped around really fast. There's the BMW pitcher being pestered by De Ridder right on him. The battle for 17th, 16th, 17th. Nicely done. Let's check in with Andrew Harper in sick bay. We're checking in on sick bay. Oh, it looks like he's keeping away from everybody. Nobody's getting infected. There's Wyndham in the BMW. And Williamson, I think, is in the pit. So Williamson must have had a little bit of action. And then Spark is out. He's back in the mix, so that's good to see. Okay, back to the tip. Here we go. John Beaton forever pestering DeYoung here. And Haas and Rizzo. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 are just pestering each other with a slight gap there between third and second. I think Rizzo, if Rizzo finds him a way around, he's desperately trying to get around Haas. With that pace that he has, the leaders are just getting away. He's really, really going to be cranking it to get around the Porsche. But Chris is saying, you're going to have to earn it, bro. Keeping that Porsche very, very wide on this really tricky, hard to pass on circuit. As Zandvoort is well known, there are not a lot of passing zones on this circuit. So once you get a spot, defense is key. Not a lot of opportunities. What else we got? This guy he is just putting the screws to it. The Talavite, see that gap back, 3 seconds back from the top, fighting for the third position. And then you get down to, there's 2 Tonys. Okay, I see what the issue is here. My end, not going to worry about it. There's Elko, 8th place. With Ekins right all over him. This is the battle for 8. You see Bali in the mirrors there. A little bit of a gap there. So he's holding up pretty good. And then here's Silverstein, Kai. Pretty much by himself in 12th there. All right, so back to this front end. We are 5 laps in. So, and I believe they have just lapped the BMW there of Pilcher. Yeah, so it's a battle of survival here at Zandvoort today. These guys are just going for it. Nobody behind. There is Van Rizzo. Or Michael. And the leaders. Beaton is just staying right with them. I mean, you can see why these guys are tied for the championship. Just a battle going on here. And they have gap third place. Got about that 3-second gap there. Let's see what else is going on down here. Let's go to Irdel in the other Porsche. Currently in 17th. Trying to keep pace with De Ritter, and I believe it was Pilcher. Okay, it wasn't Pilcher that got past. It was the other BMW. So it was Wyndham. There he is. Okay. Peter Williamson is the Porsche driver to survive. All right. The leaders have gotten through him. I believe Rizzo and them have just passed him, and here comes Van Roslen and them are going to get through as he's getting the blue flag. And I'm sure he will let them through at the most convenient spot. Like, there's not a lot of safe places. There he goes. Give him a little room. Let these guys through. Well done, Peter. Talavite, 6th. Nicely done. Back to this battle at the pointy end. You can see my other timing on the right is showing me colors, red and green, or whether the cars are faster or slower. I can see the cars, when they're going through the lap traffic, they get red. They've lost a little bit of time, but it looks like is taking a beat on De Jong here, but man, Justin is just like taking care of business here. Actually downshifting into third to hold that track, and then hard on the gas and just keep the hammer down all through the gears here into this banked turn to keep it out of the dirt. Wow, you can look at, you can see the gap there. Here comes third and fourth, so that gap continues to grow. And remember, we've got pit stops coming along here too. All right, back to the Geimer battle. This is the battle for sixth. He's got Tony in front of him and Hoogeveen behind him. And then Ekins is bringing up the rear, or not the rear, but the, see, he's in that mix for the top 10 with Bali still on his tail. Ekins a little bit oversteer there. As they run away. Right. Here is the leaders again. Oh, we got somebody's off. Who is it? Looked like it was Van Doesburg again. Van Doesburg is down again. Ivo. Oh, what a tough break for Ivo. This is his second battle with the wall, so I don't know if he can get it to the pits and get it fixed. It looks like they got it fixed the first time, so he's in pretty good shape. As De Jong starting to pull away a little bit, he's got about a half a second gap on beaten now, and then Harris just keeping Rizzo behind him. A brilliant job in that Porsche, but Rizzo looks like he's got a little bit of room here. Let's see what happens. He's staying tight. He's going to go to the inside. But no, the door is shut. Excuse me. We got, it looks like I'm showing a couple drivers here down in 20th. This battle for the final step on the podium. I mean, if he can't get him on track, maybe he can do the undercut and get him on the tire change. It is a mandatory 4-tire change, 1 pit stop. Compulsory. I want to check in with Sylvie here because it looks like he was up there in the front. He is now currently in 20th, but it looks like he's cleared his pit stops, as well as Nick Newcomb. Looks like both of these guys have pitted already. So we'll just see what happens there. Here's the battle for 6th and 7th. Geimer is in front of Hoogeveen and behind Van Rosden. That might have been where Sylvie pitted. Trying to keep up on this stuff for you. Here we are at the top. Beating that. Now he's got over a second gap, as you can see there. It's closing in, but Rizzo is right all over Chris. There's just no way around. He's just keeping the pressure on, though. The pressure. How much pressure could Chris take? Look at this. It's just closing in tight. I mean, the second half of this race we dictate. Scott Van Rosen is catching this group as well, so puts himself into the mix for that third place battle. I think the pace set by Haas might not be up to Rizzo's capability, but there's no way around him, so what's he going to do? And then we got Geimer right here in 6th place. But there is a little bit of a gap there. You can see he's got a 4-second gap to the lead. So, 10th place, Francisco. He's pretty much all by himself there. Looking for Andrew. And he's currently in 18th. Keeping a safe race. All right, back to this battle here. Can Chris hold off Michael. And how much longer can he hold him off? And what's going to happen during the pit stops? 9 laps. We are starting lap 10 here. Quarter of the race gone. And there's that De Jong. You could see on the timing there that Beaton has closes that gap a little bit on the stretchy parts, and then in the turns kept up here. Nicely done. Gap. Look at Geimer now in 6th. See the gap to Van Rossen and Haas about 4.5 seconds. So this battle here for 5th place car is right. Oh, did he get around him? He finally got around him, and I missed it. Rizzo finally made the pass. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if we can get it. Was it back? Nope. I can't get it. All right, my bad. I could have went all the way back. Let's jump. Nope, it's not going to happen. But you can see there that he has got the lead. I don't know. That arrow out of there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. But I missed the pass. Apologize. But Rizzo's now in 3rd. Now let's see as we're going to go back live here soon. So I hit the 30 seconds back button. There we go. Now we're live. So as you can see, he is pulling away from Chris. And is it enough? We still have the pit stops to go. Can he close that gap up to Beaton and De Jong? I don't know. I mean, the difference in quali was mere tenths. So there might be enough time left with 40 minutes left. And depending on how the pit stop goes, Michael might be able to close that gap. But that's almost 10 seconds, 9.1. So during the 10 laps, he was behind. He went down about almost a second a lap, which is fortunate. But that's racing. So let's check back here. In 8th place, we got this battle in the middle here. 8th. There's this 9, 8, 7, and 6 are all staying with each other. And then behind them, you got Severson, Kai in 11th. Francisco in 10th. These two are just kind of hanging on to that. All right, back to the pointy end. It looks like John has closed that gap a little bit, back to half a second. So, and Rizzo has closed the gap down. So he has gained a half a second on that lap. So if he can keep that pace up, maybe in another 10 laps, he might be able to catch these guys, and then you add the pit stops in. So could be a battle for the top there. Let's find out. All we can do is watch. Looking for battles, looking for battles. It looks like Geimer in these guys. It's in that 75 car. In that 6th place, as you can see by the track map up there, where they're bunched up. Just jump back there really quick. Geimer leading this back from 7th, 8th, and 9th, right behind him. And it looks like Hujin wants to make a move here. See if we can close it up if we go through the sector 1, left, right, to this hairpin left, highly banked. Look at that, he's good on the gas out of there. Nice acceleration coming out of that spot. Through these uphill S's into the big right-hander into the dunes. They don't want to screw up here. Well done. All right. Meanwhile, John closing that gap on the leader. As you can see, he's got the 3 tenths. He is putting the pressure on De Jong. See what happens here coming out of the last turn. Excuse me. Who can get on the gas a little bit oversteer? Oh, he's in the. That's going to give Justin a little bit of breathing room there, I believe. Just that little bit of mistake. Excuse me. As these guys have just separated themselves from Rizzo and the crew. You can see that. So 7 seconds though. Rizzo is taking chunks of time out of that lead. So just as I thought, Rizzo gets away from Haas. Is holding him up there. And not due to any kind of bad driving. It's just a matter of age, as we saw the pole sitter Rizzo. And Haas keeping that Porsche in play. That fourth place spot. And it looks like Van Rosen trying to close that gap as well. So let's get back up here. Let's see what we got here. I think John is poised to make a move. We got lap cars getting out of the way. Maybe. Yep, give them room. Good job. That was Van Doesburg getting lapped after his misfortunes in the beginning. But he's hanging in there, just hanging tough. You got to finish to get points. Everybody gets points. There's no cutoff. It's not like Formula One. You get a place, you get a point. Simple as that. So De Jong, looking a little more comfortable this lap. It was a little bit tighter last lap. As you can see, Rizzo now closing that down. Michael is driving like a man possessed. He is coming for the leaders. This is awesome. Go, Michael. See there. Yeah, hard to see him on this part of the track, but I believe, I think once he sees him in his sights, he's going to be gunning for him. All right, back to the battle for fifth. As Geimer's in the sixth place spot, pardon me, and seventh and eighth right there. This battle. And Televite. No, it's not Televite, it's Ekins. Again, I apologize. I think what happened is Tony came in twice on the server. He changed cars, so there's a fake AI Tony that is on the leaderboard. But I keep clicking his name and nothing happens, so I apologize for that. Here is Mark. That Lambo. All right, let's get back to the pointy end here. As De Jong has a little bit of gravel action there. That'll let John close the gap a little bit. They're coming around again. Let's see what he can do down the straight this time. Yeah, that's still a pretty good gap, half a second. Rizzo, as you can see by the timing, is down to 5 seconds. For that 6, that's, 5.98. So he's in the 5s now, improving every lap. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking that the undercut might come into play here on the mandatory pit stop. We've got 4 drivers that have completed the pit and are ready to go to the end, but they are bringing up the rear with that Televite, Selvi, Newcomb, and Van Doesburg. So, we shall see. Guys are approaching more lap traffic. So De Jong's got to get around. Here's the leader coming up on some lap car. Not sure which will get out of the way. There's blue flag giving way to the letting them have the inside direction there. As you can see in the mirrors there that Beaton has got through as well. So nicely done by the back markers. I believe that was Wyndham again, or that could have been Pilcher that time in the BMW. There is Pilcher in 13th. So not a bad run for Philip. Got himself up to 13th. Very good. Supporting that BMW. All right, back for the pressure pack battle for the lead. He is right on him this time. Close that gap to half a second again. I don't know, that Lambo is just really good in these turns, it would appear. But De Jong, who's just a brilliant driver nonetheless, owning the place with that McLaren. The pressure-packed drive, though. This mirror full of beating the whole time. And then Rizzo, and who's going to have a vote for driver of the day? If we have a vote for driver of the day, I think Rizzo might be in the mix because of his poor start. He didn't get any damage there with that slight kiss in lap 1 there. And like I said, it was just a racing incident. It's a very, very tight turn. I think is that turn 4, turn 3, that hairpin. So, you know, no ill intent, I'm sure, but just the result was he got stuck behind the Porsche. And it cost him, but he is making hay while the sun is shining, so good on him. And Van Rosen closed the gap to Haas, so Haas is going to have his hands full again with a McLaren on his tail. And Geimer holding that 6th spot. As you can see, the group has dropped off, but I believe we're having pit stops now. So here we go. Guys are starting to come into the pits. Ekins is in the pits. We got Hochman in the pits. We got Iredale in the pits. Iredale. I'm sorry about this, but Harper probably, he's got to stop and go, as you can see, but he's probably was having a coughing fit with his cold and was speeding in the pits or something. But I would like to see where's Hochman. Is he okay, it looks like he's out of the pits, and Ekins is out of the pits. So these guys have completed the compulsory. So let's see where they end up on the grid here. Geimer by himself with Babali, that gap with Senna behind him. Got some cars in between there. All right, let's see what we got here with Justin and Beaton. Rizzo's got the gap down to 3. Who is going to pit first of the leaders? Rizzo coming through the lap cars now. So as you can see, something must have happened with Beat because the gap is now 2.1. And he's coming in the pit. So the leader is pitting with a 2-second gap. Is Beat going to follow him? Nope, he's staying out. So Justin into the pits. Completing his 4th lap. As you can see, the pits are very busy right now as we are at the halfway mark. Let's see what Rizzo does. Rizzo is also pitting. So fresh rubber, topping off the tanks from the battle to the end. Leaders are in the pits. The leaderboard has not updated yet, as we can tell. Showing Beaton is going to take that one lap around. Let's see where De Jong is. Coming out. Here he comes. Oh, Rizzo and De Jong are coming out together. Oh, this is great stuff. Woohoo! So this right here could be the new battle for the lead as De Jong and Rizzo completed their compulsories and brings them out accordingly. Oh, what a break he got in front of the lap traffic with Rizzo behind. There is Rizzo, so he's got to get around. So there you see that gap there. As we go back to the lead, is he going to pit this time? Will. Gone. Nope, he's staying out. He's going to stay out. And what about Haas and the Porsche? Will he pit this lap? I don't know about you, but it looks like he's staying out as well. Yeah, he's going to. No, he's coming in. He's coming in. All right, so the Porsche pits from 2nd place. Let's see where he comes out. This is going to move the whole pack up. Here comes some more of the back markers with Simon Geimer right there taking over third place. And that puts the lead back into Beaton, or holding still Beaton without the pit stop. So the top 5 have not stopped yet. That puts us at, gives them the, I would say, the false lead at this point in time as we go down to 6th place where the leaders, pre-pit leaders are. And let's see that Rizzo, that gap between these, got that gap a little bit. So you see the 23-second pit stop gap. As we look at Van Rosen, finds himself in 2nd place now. Geimer in 3rd, and Haars out of the pits. Pit stop completed. Should bring him out somewhere, I believe, behind. That's got to update. We just get to a timing line. There it comes. Yeah, he should be just behind Rizzo, you would imagine, once it all sorts itself out. He's got the lap car Pilcher there, but he's some 10 seconds off of that. So, 7th. Pilcher, I guess he's not down a lap. He's actually in 6th place there in that BMW. Well, then he was in 13th. So, yes, that's before the pit stops, as everybody has come in back behind him. So, back to the top here. And now Beaton is finally pitted. All right, so the inherited leader is in the pits. Got Van Risen following him in. And so, yeah, Van Risen and Geimer stayed out. 2nd place. So let's see where Beaton comes out, because De Jong should be coming around the mountain as she comes. Let's see where they are. They're coming across the start finish. We should see. There he is, coming out of the pits. So he's going to join in 3rd place, I believe, which will inherit 3rd place once the pit cycles have finished. Van Rosen might have moved himself up there with a little undercut. So Geimer now is going to lead a lap. He's the last one to pit. Pilcher and Winham are the 3 cars remaining to pit. So there we go. Rizzo going to come out in 2nd with Beaton. It's going to be in 3rd after the Geimer pit. So this is set up for some pretty exciting action here to the finish here, as we're coming up on 25 minutes remaining. Whew. Some crazy stuff here. And he stays out, so Geimer's going to lead yet another lap. De Jong and them are in, just entering Sector 3 now. So about a sector behind. So let's see, Haars. Where's the other Porsche? Is Uribe. Colin. 13th, he's pitted. Senna and 11th is that top 10. They've all completed. So we're ready to battle to the end. And there's Pilcher holding 5th, but he's yet to pit. So here he comes now. So this is going to put the series back in semi-order with 1 left to pit. Geimer's, he's probably going to get as many quick laps in as he can and just cook the rest of those tires to keep himself as close to the pack as possible. I think he was in 6th place, if I remember correctly. So, see where he comes back once he pits. That is going to put this De Jong, Rizzo, and Beaton battle. There is some gappage right now, though. Rizzo. Let's see if we can. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, he's hanging right there with him. And is Geimer going to pit this lap? Here he comes. Okay, so there we go. The final one to pit will be Pilcher after this. So Geimer pitting from the lead. We'll see where he comes out. That puts DeYoung back in the lead, but this time Rizzo is right with him. So the pit stops worked in Rizzo's favor. That 9.8 second gap that he had when he finally got around Haas, he's made up all that, and now is going to pressure for the lead with some 23 minutes remaining. So keep your seatbelts on. This is going to be a battle to the end here. And then we got Beaton, who is not by any means out of it. He's just hanging right there. He's just 2 seconds off of him. So anything can happen. And let's see where Geimer comes out. Should be getting ready to pull out now. Par's going to get by him. Yeah, Par's is getting by him, and he's getting the blue flag. Letting around him. Oh, Pilcher's got himself a drive-through. Ah, what a bummer for Pilcher. Speeding in the pits, no doubt. You got to have your rev limiter on, guys. There's no auto rev limiter on this. You got to do it yourself. That might have caught him out, but he was running a pretty good race in that BMW, holding it back. And Geimer is back out. Let's see when he hits the timing line where it puts him. It's got him currently in 6th, which might be right. This could be it. Van Rosen. Yeah, he should be in 6th. There we go. And Van Rosen in 5th. So, a little bit of a mix-up on that part of the order. So there you have that. Now let's get back to this Rizzo versus DeYoung. These guys are just duking it out. Gloves off. Who's going to have the best tire performance here towards the end? Keeping those babies cool. So it's a 2.5 second almost gap to 3rd, but a half a second gap to 1st for Rizzo. And then Haas in that Porsche, keeping that 4th position. Nicely done. Van Rosen, he's got a pretty good gap on Van Rosen. The pointy end here. Let's check the top 10 while these guys are a little bit separated. There is Francisco by himself in 10th. See the gap back to Kai is about 7 seconds. And then Bali in 9th. Bali's looking like he's had a little bit of action there. Holy smokes. So there's the TV side. The rest of the car is pretty hammered. But you can sell that that left panel. He's still got a pretty decent TV side, but the rest of the car, and he's in trouble. Oh, there goes the TV side. Okay, he's got 360 degrees of damage now. So what a bummer for Bali. And he's already pitted, so no repairs in there. So Elko in 7th. Going to be pressured a little bit, maybe, by Ekins, if Ekins can catch up. But let's see what's happening at the pointy end here. Rizzo, we know he's got the peg. So let's just see what he can do here. Got that half a second. Look at him, late braking into turn 1. He's definitely out braking Justin into turn 1 with that Lambo. Got semi-truck discs on that thing. Holy smokes. I know there's a lot of brake wear in of course the Compass Zone, so you need to charge hard on those babies and get them hot. They might not be worth anything in the end. But we have a battle for the lead that's going to last the remainder of this race as long as you guys can keep all 4 tires on the tarmac. And they're coming up on some more lap traffic here. Like that would be the number 18 car of Nick Newcomb, who's just ahead of him there in the Ferrari. We see him coming over the hill. I believe that's who that is. Oh no, they're coming on the orange. Okay, on the McLaren. My bad. Can't separate the numbers there on the track. I'm just looking at the track map that you can see up there with the. You can see the leader. Got the red dot, which is focused on Rizzo and DeYoung, who's getting through lap traffic now. So that's the 78 car, and I can't read the number, but they're letting him through. Nicely done. So 76 and 78, there we go. So that would be Andrew in the 78. Letting them through. The leaders go. Rizzo right on him. Now Beaton's got to weave his way through the traffic. Oh, excuse me. But that's Jasper Combine hitting the blue flag there. That's who that was, Jasper. So I'm sure he'll give him a spot here, let him through in one of the easier spots. There we go, without giving up a position, because I believe those guys are racing right back there. Yeah, Jasper. And Bali, oh, what happened to Bali? It's showing Bali. Is he in the pits? Yeah, he had to come in to repair that thing. Holy smokes, the body guys are going to have a field day with that. All right, to the pointy end, through the lap traffic. He's got clear sailing in front of him until he gets up to the number 83 car, which is Tanner Selby. Currently in 14th, so that is what's ahead for the leaders. He's got a little bit of breathing room, though. There's a good straightaway distance. So good chance for Rizzo to make some hay here. And Beaton just kind of staying with this group. Hiding it up through these sand dune S's here. I'm telling you, Zandvoort, this track will keep you on your toes. Even in the slower pace cars, when we drive the GT4s and some of the other slower stuff here, it's just Zandvoort. It's such a terrific track. It's such a true test of skill. I mean, it's got all kinds of challenges. Besides racing your competitor, you have to, you know, you're basically trying to stay alive the whole time. All right, Van Rosen. That gap, he's about a second and a half behind for fourth place there. And Geimer pretty much on his own here. He's 5 seconds off. So anyway, yeah. Back to Rizzo in this pressure-packed battle for the first. Getting close to 1/4 of the race left. We're 3/4 of the way through. Everybody's completed the pit stops. And here we are with a battle down the straight. Ken Wyko closed that gap, and he get a look at the speeds. Duking it out. Staying with them, and now they've got some more lap traffic. They're letting them through. That's nicely done. Excuse me. I'm looking, as you guys can see, it looks like the two cars battling there, the 64. Let's take a look back at these guys. If I can find them here. I'm just looking at the track map for dots. When they're extremely close together, you know they're battling. So that would be De Ritter back here. And Talavite. Having a pretty good go here for the 13th and 14th. In Itterdale holding that 11th spot, and Kai finds himself in 10th. This was after Bali's misfortune in the kissing the wall there. Let's see, where is Bali? Is he retired? I think he has retired the car. He's not coming out, and I can't click on him, so that tells me that Bali has retired the car. Meanwhile, here we go, Rizzo. He's taking a look. He's taking a look. Weaving back and forth, trying to see if there's an open air. I love how he tightens it up and closes in that turn one. I think that De Jong is going to have his hands full. If Rizzo gets around, I don't know if Justin can stay with him. But that's just it. Can you get around? I mean, you can catch it up to him fine, but can you get by him? And that is the million-dollar question. These guys are coming up on Tanner in that Lambo. You see, there's the leaders right behind Tanner as they battle. Could be the next lap traffic. So stay focused on these two. Looking for what else we got fighting down there. Who's in the number 20? Van Rosen. Let's keep our eyes focused here. This could be, he's really close this time. Into the chicane. So you can see he stays tight right here. I think that De Jong gets away from him here on this last turn. He starts to pull away a little bit, but this time this is the closest he's been. But De Jong defending to the inside in case there's a move. Oh, as Rizzo catches a little bit of sand there. You don't want any of that action. See how far Harth is behind. Beat. Okay, there's a lap car between them, but they're 12 seconds off the leaders. So Beat. You can see that pace, the pace of the leaders is just, they're peeling away from the third place cars. So Justin has built himself another little nice gap there through this section. But Rizzo, relentless closing speed. We better stick with these guys. I think there might be a pass coming up here. The tightest he's been in this section. They're going through the chicane again. De Jong's be able to pull out a little bit of a lead. Keep it on the flat stuff. We're going to jump in any curbs now. All it takes is one little glitch, and I think Rizzo's going to get by him. A little bit of foot in the sand there. The Zandvoort. Oh, he's closing this time. Look at that. Trying to break up that draft. Look at that. 134.8 is Rizzo's best lap, and 136 on the last lap. And De Jong's best lap was a 134.8. So Rizzo's 134. Or was it better? He has the faster lap of the two in best laps. But I'm telling you, it doesn't mean anything if you can't get around. But holy smokes, he is all over him coming this lap. Little helmet cam action. Up right hand section and another. Breaking it down second gear. Tightens it up again. He is staying right with him. Wow. They come again. Lap 31. And he's there, but what can he do? Like I said, it's so hard to pass. Wow. Looks like we got some action back here. Let's jump to the back for a minute here while these guys spinning through the turns really quick. There's De Ritter and Tony Talavite battling for that 12th spot. Talavite chasing down. All right, back to the pointy end up here. Van Rosen and 6 putting the pressure on Geimer. All right, where is the lead battle? Here we go. Is right on him this time. Will this be the lap? Oh, De Jong hits a little bit of curb there. That's going to slow his momentum down. Could this be the spot? I'm telling you, man, he's got to get the momentum, but coming into the last turn here, the big high bank right-hander. Staying with him. Watch this gap close up. Just to get to the turn. Wow, Justin just doing a brilliant job of defense, holding this race lead from after the turn 4. He has led every lap, the pit stop laps. 3rd place, Pete got some gappage there. Chris Harrison, 4th place. He's got some kind of a 9-second gap on Geimer and them, but Van Rosen and Geimer, I think, are pretty much battling here for the 5th spot. See Geimer there. Let's see from the cockpit if we can see him in the mirror. Yeah, I can see him in the mirror back there, so there's a little bit of a gap. All right, back to the pointy end. Oh, somebody's crashed there. Who was that? The blue McLaren of the 72 car. Tony has put it around. Here it is in the replay. We are on that replay now. From 13th, he's looking. This was that great battle from 12th. And he just lost the rear end right there. Oh, Tony. Looks like he kept the damage minimal by just barely kissing the wall. So he should be okay. Gets himself out. No traffic. Way. And turns himself around. So there we go. That was a bummer for Tony. Meanwhile, we're still in replay. We're going to be live in a second. There, we're going back to live. So here's the gap. As we are down to the 6 minutes left. So it's coming down to crunch time now. It's going to be no holding back. If Rizzo's going to make his move, it's going to be in this next 5.5 minutes. See if he has anything for De Jong, who has just proven a brilliant race with a mirror full of pressure, whether it was Rizzo or earlier from Beaton. He's proven to meet the match. Any other tight battles? Is that who's that back there? And, 75. Everybody's pretty spread out as far as tightness. This is the tightest battle, I believe, on the track, and of course it's for the lead. So what more can we ask for? Rizzo is going to have to reach into his bag of tricks here and find a way around. He's got about 5 minutes left to find a way if he wants to take the checkered. If nothing changes here, the tie for first place is obviously going to be broken with Beaton and De Jong. We're tied at the top there. And with the first and third separating the two tied, there will be a points differential. Plus the fastest laps are going to come into play too. So I'm looking down. The best lap I think I see so far is by who we are following now, Michael Rizzo, with that 134.8. Justin DeYoung's fastest lap is a 134.9. I don't see anybody else in the 34s. So yeah, I'm looking down the whole list, and no, that is it. 2 drivers hit the 34s during the race. So in this case, Rizzo's going to get that point unless DeYoung can pull a rabbit out of a hat. But of course, if he can, it might take the fastest lap of the race to make the pass here. But with worn tires, however, the fuel load is light. So this could also open up for some potential fast lap. Here he is beating. I'm in that Lambo into 3rd place. Got almost an 18-second gap over Harso. You can tell these guys are just way, way ahead here. And then Geimer in 5th. And Rosen in 6th, and Ecken. So Mark Ekken's here. 8. Elko in 7th. Good race, and Van Rosen in 6th. That gap. All right. Anyway, here we go. Back to this battle for the podium. Top step. Is he going to have anything left? As we are just under 3 minutes remaining, so we are coming down. There's probably 2.5 laps left here of this nail-biting 60 minutes of pure pressure for our leader, Justin, who has proved to be up to the challenge. And Rizzo, you give yourself a vote for driver of the day. After that poor start, fended out by DeYoung, and he's now at least battling for that position back, as they have a 12+ second gap on 3rd place. And no contest for the podium, as Hars is in 4th by himself, some 8 seconds ahead of Geimer, who's now in 5th. So it doesn't look like we're going to get anything here. A quick check back here, no pressure there on the 5th place car. All right, let's get back to this lead, as this is going to be it. They're crossing the finish line.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
You heard it from the race engineer. Give it all you can. So, does Rizzo have anything for him? Or is he content to sit in 2nd place without taking any risks? Justin just owning the day in the McLaren. Catches a little bit of curb there because that opened the door. They got a little bit of lap traffic in front of them. '64 car up there, Cindy Ritter. Jean de Ritter. We should, if they even catch him, pull himself out of the way. See the lap traffic up ahead. They're into the chicane for the final time. 14 seconds on the clock. Time is going to tick away before they head into the last turn. This looks like it. The timer is out. The checker flag is out. And here is your winner. Justin DeYoung has taken round 3 at Zandvoort. The epic battle with Rizzo taking 2nd right behind him. Let's get this battle back here for Beaton on his own, getting a 3rd place finish. Nobody in sight. Nicely done. Here comes Hars in the Porsche, keeping it in the top 5 with a nice top 5 finish for the Porsche, and that 323 beautiful root beer and black Porsche car. I love that car. And Simon Geimer will bring up 5th place after missing the first 3 rounds. Has himself a really good show, getting a top 5 for his first round of the competition. Well done, Simon. Roger Van Rossman coming across in 6th. With Elko right with him, that was a pretty tight battle there for 6th and 7th. And then we got Ekin taking the 8th spot. Francisco Senna in 9th. And finishing up the top 10 will be Kai Diverstein. Nicely done, Kai. Started a little bit farther back and got a top 10 out of it. A little bit of damage to his car. And then Colin Iredale. Nice 11th place finish in the Porsche. Nicely done, Colin. Team City Sprint taking that 11th place finish. Nicely done. And Jan Durer in 12th. And Tanner Silby had a couple of mishaps today, but he did finish. As you can see, the server is timing out on us. But hey, well done to the top. Let's see if this timetable thing will show up. It won't. Maybe if I hit this. Let's go down the line. Casper Crombie, 15th place. Philip Pitcher in 16th. He's in the pit. Tony Talavite, Nick Newcomb, Stephen Winham. Andrew Harper is going to finish the race. And then what happened to Roberto Bali? He had and these are the DNFs. Evo, Dick Vanderkels, Roberto Bali, and Peter Winston. Anyway, there you have it. Let's hit the return to the garage button and then see if this baby will show. I don't know. Nope, it won't. So if I hit it over here, maybe we can see it. There you go. Okay, that's what I was trying to get for you guys. Wow. Brilliant race. That was a lot of fun. Sorry for the mishap in quali where you had to stare at that stupid leaderboard. But by now you should know how the leaders were. Wow. And then I want to remind you, in 2 weeks, 90 minutes, the 24 hours of Spa. Don't miss it. It's going to be epic. The points have, I'm sure, tightened up with Justin is going to have a little bit of a lead now, but Rizzo coming up with the points. And Beaton is going to get a good share of points. Haar's there in 4th. Geimer in 5th will have some first points of the series, as well as Van Rosen. So, wow, it's been great. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and I look forward to seeing you next time in 2 weeks at Spa. So until then, have a good one, stay safe, and I will see you next round.